I know. Yeah. But the point is, I think I've paid far too much tax. And I wonder if you can just get Rishi to sort it for me. Cheers. Thanks. And hope the kids are well. Oh, sorry. Hope the kid is well. Sorry. That was a mistake. Yeah. Speak soon. You'll sort it. Great. Hello, everybody. Sorry about that. Just had to finish an important phone call to a Prime Minister. You know, if you got their number, you might as well use it, mightn't you? Anyway, welcome along, Hedge Bangers. Let's get this show on the road, eh? This old house is a tumbling down. The walls are gone, but the roof is sound. The landlord's dead, he can never be found. It's time to ring some changes. Oh, they're risk you stand if you just stand still. They'll ask you to pose with your hand in the till. They'll ask you to die when they've written your will. It's time to ring some changes. 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 You pay all the politicians, they look so smug. Say tell the truth, they give you a shrug. You might find the truth swept under the rug. It's time to ring some changes. You pay your money for your daily bread. The bread's gone up, you need more money. The money's gone down, you better borrow instead. It's time to ring some changes. 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 You fall in love with the girl that you've seen, diamond studded on the TV screen. Changing your pocket won't buy you that dream. It's time to ring some changes. You steal a car and go for a ride. You end up sleeping with some girl guide. Everything you do leaves you empty inside. It's time to ring some changes. 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 Thank you. Well, that's, in case you hadn't realised, Richard Thompson's Time to Ring Some Changes. I'm really not that sure what's going on at the moment, actually, because my studio tech this week is Becca, who's in Hainford. But just before we went on air, I seem to have lost her. Becca, if you are there, can you move the mouse or something, just so I can see you? Ah, she is there. Right. 'Tis working now. So anyway, what have we got for you tonight? Well, we've got a live video from our future guest, Sophie Janna from the Netherlands. We got a really, really touching sort of folkabilly track by Mark Brine from the USA. And this week's special guests are Lowestoft-based band Zingaro Blue. Zingaro meaning gypsy, so Gypsy Blue. And they've put together a great sort of introduction to their music, especially for us at the Hedge at home. And I think you're really going to enjoy that. As I say, this week's remote studio technician is Becca. And she will prove that she's here by now switching to this camera. See? It works. Yeah, let's go back to the other one. So that's everything that's what's going on here at the moment. We had a huge emergency just before we started because the stream wouldn't work. And in the end, we don't know how we fixed it. Becca fixed it somehow. She's good like that. You'd always trust her, you know. And so I was panicking. Honestly, I really was panicking, but she fixed it. So what's been going on with you? What have I done this week? Well, the first thing, I suppose, I planted up all my garden. I put in over £100 worth of bedding plants all over the place. And I've forgotten to put my phone on silent, haven't I? So I put on £100 worth of bedding plants, etc., etc. And of course the frost has come out and actually buggered a lot of them all up. So I'm a little bit sort of annoyed, but it's mainly just the begonias. So the frost has got to my begonias. So my begonias are shriveled. Who are misses? I have got, though, new this year, 14 giant sunflowers. So I'm hoping they're going to grow taller than my fence. And I'll have 14 of them around the garden. And they'll all be obviously moving with the sun. So that'll be quite spectacular. And the amount of seeds they produce, next year I should have about 1,400 giant sunflowers. So could be interested in my garden next year. I did sort of think actually, if we get a really nice night, maybe we'll move the show out into the garden. Last year we never had a nice warm night on a Saturday when I was doing the show. So we were a bit lost. But this year, so let's see, fingers crossed, we might get out in the garden. Right, I think we're going to go on to our first video. Now, our first video is from a lady called Sophie Janna. Now, Sophie Janna is a top artist from the Netherlands. She asked if I'd play one of her videos, and I absolutely loved her voice. And so, with a bit of cheek, I said, yeah, I'll play your video, but I wonder if you would actually do a 30-minute gig for me. And amazingly, she said yes. So in 2 weeks' time, we've actually got Sophie Janna from the Netherlands. And honestly, she plays all around the festival circuit in Europe, either solo or with her band, The Lasses. So look up The Lasses or Sophie Janna. She's got a new single coming out, but this is one of her, or this is a classic, which is her version of it, and it's called Diamond Joe. So here you go, Sophie Janna, live in Paradise.
If I don't go crazy
So that was good, wasn't it? And I think you'll agree she's got a great voice, and she'll be entertaining us in 2 weeks' time. So we're going to really look forward to that. Follow her on Facebook, because she has been doing some live concerts in the Netherlands, and although all the chat in between is in Dutch, and I'm not very good at Dutch, even though I used to work for Air UK and fly to Amsterdam a lot, but my Dutch is useless. In fact, it's non-existent. But her songs are mainly in 100% in English, I believe, as she does a fantastic version of Richard Thompson's Bees Wing. So let's have a look, see who's been watching, or see who is watching. Brian Temple, I see, from New York City. Hi, Brian. Good to see you. Rachel from Spain. Chris Jennings, Mike Booty, Paul Dewig, my nephew Paul, my second oldest nephew, and Donna Brett. Did I say that? Bobby Ankowski. It's nice dig at the Tories. Bob and Gaff. Trevor Key, Claire Booty. All the Booties are in. Where's Louise Booty and Alison Booty? Or are they all watching with Mike? Roger Doe's watching, Tony Vale. So, hi everybody. Nice to see you. If you've got any messages, any questions, send them in. I'll try and reply to them in a little while. I thought tonight I would revive a very old song, especially as we've got some people from America watching us, and this is a very, very old song. I mean, you know, it's possibly medieval, you know? So, Leslie Price, of course, she's watching, I've just noticed. Hello, Leslie. Leslie's actually the lead singer of Zingaro Blue, who are on later. So anyway, I just had to do this song. It's an old medieval song, really, of unrequited love. And, obviously they didn't have guitars then. So you have to imagine a lute or something like that. I'm sure there's a Gas and Gators joke there somewhere. If you're old enough to remember all Gas and Gators, that is. Oh no, his name was Newt, wasn't it? Not Lute. Oh well, I'm in a class of one here. Oh, say, gentle maiden, may I be your lover? Condemn me no longer to moan and to weep. Struck down like a hawk, I lay wounded and bleeding. Oh, let down your drawbridge, I'll enter your keep. Enter your keep, nonny nonny. Enter your keep, nonny nonny. Lay down your drawbridge, I'll enter your keep. Alas, gentle wearing, I am not a maiden. I married to Sir Oswald, the cunning old Count. He's gone to the wars for 12 months or longer, and he's taken the key to my chastity belt. Chastity belt, nonny nonny. Chastity belt, nonny nonny. Taken the key to my chastity belt. Fear not, gentle lady, for I know a blacksmith. To his shop we'll go, on his door we will knock, and I'll try to avail us of his technical knowledge and see if he's able to unpick your lock. unpick your luck, nonny nonny. Unpick your lock, nonny nonny. I'll see if he's able to unpick your lock. Alas, sir and madam, to help I'm unable. My technical knowledge is it to no avail. I can't find the secret to your combination, for the cunning old bastard has fitted a Yale. Fitted a Yale, nonny nonny. Fitted a Yale, nonny nonny. The cunning old bastard has fitted a Yale. I come from the wars with dire news of disaster. A terrible mishap I have to confide, as my ship was a passing the Straits of Gibraltar. I carelessly dropped the key over the side. Over the side, nonny nonny. Over the side, nonny nonny. Carelessly drop the key over the side. Alas, alas, so it goes, that's it, the woman now, yeah. Alas, and alack, I am locked up forever. Then up spoke a page boy, leave it to me. If you will allow me to enter your chamber, I'll open it up with my skeleton key. Skeleton key, nonny nonny, skeleton key, nonny nonny, open it up with my skeleton key. Chastity belt. And for those of you that don't know, Alexa, what's a chastity belt?
The noun chastity belt is usually defined as a belt-like device, worn by women especially in the Middle Ages, designed to prevent sexual intercourse.
There you go. So, a true story. And I haven't a clue who wrote that song. If anybody knows who wrote that song, let me know. And it wasn't Jasper Carrott. I know a lot of people say, oh, it was Jasper Carrott, but no, he did a sort of a spoonerized version of it called Bastardy Chelt. What I'm going to tell you now. Yeah, of course, in 2 weeks' time, we've got our special guest coming on from the Netherlands. It's Sophie Janna. And as I say, Sophie is a professional musician. She's just released a single, and she's well known on the European festival scene. And as I told you earlier, she's got an amazing voice. It's really, really worth sort of trying to watch her and tune into the Hedge at home in 2 weeks' time, because it's going to be worth it. As indeed it's going to be worth it if you stay tuned now and watch Zingaro Blue. Now, I've got absolutely no idea how I'm doing for time, because the lights are in my eyes and my clock's in right above that light there. So, anyway, we'll go on to our next video. Now, this is a video by Mark Brine. Now, Mark contacted me via Facebook a little while ago and asked if I'd like to play his video. And it's actually a really quite touching video. Now, I'm not a country type person, but this is sort of like folkabilly country. It's really quite different, and lots of fiddle, guitar. And then I checked up on Mark. He's based around Nashville way, and just listen to this CV, you know. He's he was a staff writer for 2 Nashville record labels. He was an opening act at the apparently the legendary Tootsie's Orchid Lounge in Nashville for 6 years. He's had 2 preliminary Grammy nominations for Best Male Country Vocalist and Best Country Song. He made a debut performance at the Grand Ole Opry with Hank Snow and his Rainbow Ranch Boys. He's an inductee into the National Traditional Country Music Association Hall of Fame. I mean, it's a pretty amazing CV that he's got. So I hope you're going to enjoy this. Just have a sit back and just imagine the American West. I'm not very good at my geography. Where's Nashville? If you're watching, Mark, tell me where Nashville is. Becca says to keep talking for a moment because she's frozen. It's this weather, It's really getting to people. Anyway, hope you're going to sit back and enjoy this video by Mark Brine. And it's called Willie, Can You Hear Me?
Me and Willie, we run away out here to Styles Pond and stay here till the early hours, would meet the break of dawn. Then one night Willie drowned here in a still unanswered way. But in the memories of my youth, he's still alive today. Willie would have been my age, but God just didn't plan on Willie's ever growing up to be a full-grown man. But through the spring years of our lives, we palled together here. I talk about the future, but Willie never seemed to hear. Willie, can you hear me? I wish to God that you could. It's almost like you knew it, Willie. I just never understood. Willie, are you happy? Are you where you wanted to be? Oh, Willie, you ever come back here and reminisce like me? Willie used to say that he could hear God's angels sing, and even to this day I always just sit here listening. And sometimes I swear I can hear them when I stare across the pond. And way off in the distance I swear I'm hearing Willie singing along. could. It's almost like you knew it, Willie. I just never understood. Willie, are you happy? Are you where you wanted to be? Or Willie, you ever come back here and reminisce like me?
So I hope you enjoyed that. That was Mark Brine. I must apologise, Trevor Key. He actually sent me the contact for Mark Brine. He just reminded me just now. And Trevor, I also must apologise that I sent you a completely nonsensical message via Messenger. Just ignore it, mate. I'm sorry about that. I was actually trying to message Becca and I didn't notice that I was messaging you instead of her. You know, it's an old man thing. You know, it happens. We get old, we make mistakes. Where are we? You see, I can't even remember where we are in the show. Right. Anyway, don't forget, if you enjoy any of the music tonight, other than me, you can ignore me, but if you enjoy any of the other music tonight, check out the details at the end of the show. There's always the idea of websites. You can buy the people's music. They'll love that if you buy their music. They really will, because it helps them, especially at times like this when nobody's still not really gigging or anything. So buy their music, or if they've got a PayPal Me page, maybe you'd like to send them a couple of shekels or something like that. Keep them going, you know. They you know, be nice for them to eat grapefruit for breakfast instead of just cornflakes, wouldn't it? Don't forget also, on Thursdays, you can listen, well, any day really, but the new show comes out every Thursday. You can listen to Trevor Key's show on Mixcloud. So just sign into Mixcloud, look for Trevor's show and stream it to your heart's content. And in actual fact, last Thursday's show was a really, really good one. So, you know, it's worth getting on Mixcloud, having a listen, because you always discover something new. Like Mark Brine, for instance. Right, so we're going to do one more song before we go over to Leslie Price and the Zingaro Blue. And this is one I don't know if I have done this before, but this is another Richard Thompson one, so he's getting 2 bites of the cherry tonight from me. So here we go. Well, I stepped on the dance floor feeling very cool, for I saw an angel sitting on a stool. Just couldn't tell, and you think I'm a fool if she's a woman or a man. She's the kind of woman that the man could crave, from my high-heeled shoes to a permanent wave. Except maybe she was needing a shave. Was she a woman or a man? I asked her to dance and I took her by the hand. She held me so tight it was hard for me to stand. built like a lumberjack. I couldn't understand if she's a woman or a man. Well, I walked her home, it was 4:15. My heart was thumping as we ducked in the door. And then when she kissed me, I knew I was sure if she was a woman or a man. She stole my wallet and knocked me off my feet, tied on her roller skates and made a retreat. All I found was a blonde wig lying in the street. Was she a woman or a man? Well, I don't care if it seemed unkind. She stole my heart and she robbed me blind. Loved her so much that I still wouldn't mind if she's a woman or a man. Woman or a Man, Richard Thompson. So, ouch, that hurt. We are now going to go to our special guests for tonight. And I did find out when the last video was playing, actually, if I do that, I can actually see the clock. It's amazing what you find out, isn't it, as time goes on. So, our special guests tonight are Zingaro Blue. Yet another band actually introduced to me by Trevor Key. So, you know, I tell you, honestly, that show is useful. And he actually played something from their new album in advance of them appearing on the show tonight. So, Zingaro Blue are based in Lowestoft. They don't play in pubs though, so you won't see them playing in a pub. They specialise in festival and theatre appearances. And they are actually known for their audiences attending dressed up in costumes, and they're also known for their spectacular videos. All their songs are based around local folk tales and legends. They are a fantastic band, and I really wanted you to experience them. So I contacted Leslie Price, their lead singer, and she's put together a special introduction compilation for us. So without further ado, please would you give a big welcome to Leslie Price from Zingaro Blue.
Hey guys, my name is Leslie Price and I am lead vocalist for local to Lowestoft band Zingaro Blue. We take local tales and legends and turn them into songs. Some of them are long forgotten stories. You might like to hear them. We're also known as the band who creates elaborate videos. This was one of those videos. With kind permission of Lord and Lady Summer Leighton, and with a crew and cast, 54 people, we took over Summer Leighton Hall and created or recreated the story of the Mistletoe Bride. I'd like to take you around a little tour of our studio. So here we have our little workstation with computer and our sound systems. We've got headphones and microphones. We've got keyboards. It's one of our songs here. And above here, we've got a little green screen. We do a lot of work with green screens, which I'll show you in a little while. And that's it really. Cut across here. Oh, we've got a cat on the floor. That's my cat, Frankie. And here we've got some albums, a little bit of decor, somewhere to sit when we're recording, and back to the workstation. So this is something I'm working on now, and this is actually for you guys. Okay. So this is where everything happens at the moment, guys. We record everything here in this room. We write all of our songs here. We edit all of the videos. A lot of the video footage is filmed at the moment, definitely in lockdown, on green screens. All of our band members have green screens. So I'll show you. We'll finish off today with our latest EP and our latest video, which is the Battle of Soul Bay. I'll show you that one a bit later. But here's one of the songs now that we created just with green screens. It's a song called Moths, and it's all about Blickling Hall. You'll find a room crammed full of So I thought I'd just quickly show you before I introduce the band members. Up there, the top shelf, we've got a huge amount of boxes up there as well. And they're all the hats that we've used in our video productions, or quite a few of them. That's Mario and my hats. Also in Humbug Billy, got some hats up there. Really cool. Anyway, to the band. Okay, so first of all, on violins, we've got Mario Price, founder member of Zingaro Blue with myself, he's my husband. And we've got Gary Drew, who's been with us from the very, very beginning. Gary Drew is on drums and percussion. We've got Danny Ball, or we call him Danny B. Danny B has multi-instrumental talents, and he plays bass, he plays guitar, cello, keys, vibraphone, drums, percussion, etc., etc. There's so many instruments that the guy plays. He's amazing. Then we've got Charlie Newrick, who also plays double bass, vibraphone, and can double up on drums and percussion. We have Danny Parry, who's the funny guy of the band, as you can see with his photo. He's just a great guy. He's really, really funny, and plays amazing guitar. So he's great. And then last but not least, of course, is our Richard Bennett. Richard has been with the band for a number of years now, and he plays keyboard and accordion. That's the band. Yeah, hi guys, that's me back again. So, okay, what I'd like to do now is maybe show you another video. This time it's a tale Bradford, so not from our region. So occasionally, if a theme grabs us or a story grabs us completely, then we'd like to obviously do a song about it. So in this case scenario, the reason we did this song was more or less because Mario is a pharmacist, and he felt that there wasn't enough pharmacy songs out there. So, okay, this is Humbug Billy and the Tamlin Reel. Now, the Tamlin Reel is an old folk tune. We decided, because it's such a great song, to literally adapt another song around it. And this is what's come out of it. Hope you like the recording. And this is Humbug Billy and the Tamlin Reel.
21 so lethal, and all the people cry at such injustice. All were acquitted, shamefully discharged. So humbug Billy's sweets are still on display, and in the shops right to this very day.
Well, I'm cutting Humbug Billy short there. If you want to watch the whole video, please go back onto YouTube. You can find us there under Zingaro Blue. And obviously you can visit our website, www.zingaroblue.co.uk. Our albums are available on all major streaming platforms, including iTunes and Amazon. So if you'd like to go there and you've liked what you heard today, we've got altogether 5 albums at the moment. The 6th one is on its way. We've just released an EP because the song was so good, and that's what I'm going to leave you with right now. I'm going to leave you with Battle of Sol Bay. Next year, 2022, the Battle of Sol Bay will be celebrating 350-year anniversary. It's a Southwold story, so hopefully they'll be doing some festivities there, and hopefully we'll be able to play for you then after all these COVID restrictions are lifted. Stay safe and healthy, don't let that bug get you, and make sure you get all your vaccines done, and hopefully we'll see you on the other side of this next year at some festival or other. We don't play bars and pubs, we only play festivals and theatres, so look out for Zingaro Blue. If you like what you saw today, we'll do it as long as you're enjoying our music. We'll enjoy playing for you. I'd like to thank Rob Dewick for allowing us to have a platform here on his channel, and hopefully we'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching, and all the best from all of us in Zingaro Blue. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
All hands on deck! Come on, me boys! Raise the sails! Load!
Captain called his men to arms in the early hours, May 1672.
Look, sharp lads!
Suffolk town where the sailors drown in beer for want of better things to do. Put your rum pot down, we are outward bound, 'cause the enemy is coming with the tide.
Light up those lanterns, me hearties!
And the sun will rise over Sol Bay skies, the Dutch approach across the Great Divide. Heave ho, look out high and the cannon is out.
Reload those cannons!
Heave ho, the Southwold night will be longer than you know.
Get a move on! Load! Fire!
Sails up high, there's a storm tonight. Cannons roar like thunder in the sky. Stars will flash like a lightning flash. Ships will burn until the break of dawn. Say prayers tonight and prepare to fight. Your captain shouts to man this bankers say.
Man those spanker sails!
And the helmsman turns the ship towards the wind to bring the heavy guns broadside. Heave ho, look out high and the cannon is on.
Well, thanks, Leslie. I mean, what can I say? I mean, they're amazing videos, aren't they? And I hope you really enjoyed it. Uh, it's so hard to pick a favourite out of those, isn't it? You know, when I first saw the Mistletoe Bride, I thought, oh wow, that's great. But then all the others are great as well. And then the Battle of Soul Bay. I mean, you know, that was a lockdown video. I mean, what? You know, it's amazing, isn't it? So I really hope you enjoyed all that. If you would like to see Zingaro Blue live, they will be appearing at the Seagull Theatre in Lowestoft on the 11th of September. Tickets are £12.50 and they're available from the box office at the Seagull Theatre in Lowestoft. So give them a call, go online, book your tickets, and Zingaro Blue would love to see you there. And you will love to see them. And don't forget to dress up, eh? So don't forget, actually, if you want to catch up with the show, you can catch up on Facebook, but you can also catch up on YouTube. Yeah! And in YouTube, you can actually watch the videos all in HD as well. So, you know, a little bit of extra. Hey! And we get some pretty good viewing figures on YouTube. I mean, you know, not mega. I mean, you know, I'm not the BBC, not by a long chalk. But we're going in the right direction. We're getting noticed. And we are going throughout the world now. We've got viewers in Africa and the US and South America. Oh, don't think we cracked Australia and New Zealand yet. We need to work on that, don't we? But we're going to start getting more viewers in Europe now as well, because we've got Sophie Janna coming on in 2 weeks' time. And then on the 22nd of May, we're going to be doing a live show from a campsite in Cropredy. So that's going to be great fun. We're going to have Bob Carter with us and a few other people hopefully are going to turn up. You never know who might turn up, so fingers crossed. It is Cropredy after all. It's not festival time, but there's still people that live there that are pretty good. So we're looking forward to that. And then in June we've got a few acts already, or 2 acts already lined up. One of them, do you remember like 2 weeks ago, I couldn't remember the name of the band? Well, it was the Mojo Preachers. And I should have remembered because A, we had them on the show doing a video, but they're going to actually record a set for us. And, you know, when's the last time we saw a full band live, as it were? So that's going to be really great. And then we got a solo artist after that. And now, because I've remembered the Mojo Preachers, I can't remember who it is. I know he's got the initial Ian K. Brown, that's it. Is that right, Trevor? Somebody else that Trevor's introduced me to. Do you know, I'd be lost without Trevor Key and Robin Rosenkrantz. I would be absolutely lost. They have been so helpful, really promoting the show for us. So there we have it. It's another show done. It just remains for us to hit our last song and then do our thanks. And we always finish with the same last song if you've not been watching before. And this is, well, it's nearly May, and this is May Morning. promise of a new life to come. Spring is here again. The sun is melting over the hill. All our roads are waiting to be revealed. For this day in history has brought us to here. Now it's all there for the taking. The day is what to see. The lights returning, work is in hand. All the cynics have vanished from where I stand. All the chances wasted are drawing us near. And all around there's a new life rising from the winter field. I'm alive again. Oh, I'm alive again. I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive again. I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive again. I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive again. I'm alive again. May morning, and the next time you join me it will actually be May. God, at last. So I need to say thank you to everybody. Thanks to our remote producer, the brilliant Becca. Thank you, Becca, for sorting me out and keeping me on the straight and narrow. Thanks to Sophie Janna, who you'll be seeing again in 2 weeks' time in concert. Thanks to Mark Brine. Thanks to Zingaro Blue. But especially, I want to thank all of you for watching, because as I always say, without you, there wouldn't be a show. So may your gods go with you. Take care. See you in 2 weeks' time with Sophie Janna. Bye now. Take care.